Hey guys, welcome back. So today is going to be on a palette ranking. This is another one I was going to promise to do. I am trying to hopefully get up my do Partners in Cream tomorrow. Hopefully, I am off, so all depends on what Jason does before Chucky has his appointment, and that's my molar. So I got teeth cleaning tomorrow. So let's get started. My start off. I was go top to bottom. So let's start off with this guy right here. This is the Too Faced Italian Sprints. I love this thing. I love Too Faced palettes. They're just really good. But this one is just like really good. Like each of the shades are beautiful. They're not flaky. They're not anything like that. And they're metallic. The only my cats is meowing. The only I wish this guy wasn't like a shimmery black, but take it or leave it. Because it'd be nice to have like a dark brown. Like this one is about the darkest. So let me swatch some shadows. It does have like a little smell to it, but it's not too bad. Okay, here's some swatches again on my tan skin. I decided to swatch like the shimmer black, which is okay. It works out of the-ish. So there's that for you. So the palette, I really like this palette. I kind of broke my no by it. I'm like, freaking Too Faced, gotta love it. I did get the blush, the one that comes in like the little round compact and everything like that. I one, so I grabbed that as also. Yeah, freaking Too Faced. Always breaks my no buys. Okay. Alright, so there's that palette. Next palette is from, how do we say this brand? Lua or whatever it is. I saw it on Instagram and I was like, okay, I kept seeing it. So I decided this is a pinky palette. I think it's Tyler Meown. So this is what it looks like. These are beautiful. Hate the way people say that, but it is. Of course, the only one I don't like is that one because it's not my color. But it's just like, it does have one deepen out of V, so I always bring a black or whatever. So let me swatch some of these for you. No, I did not swatch that guy twice. It's a little bit different. So there's that. It's like, it's my pinky color story. I love it. It's beautiful. So you got a couple of these like little toppers, like this one. I just used him in a corner. He is beautiful. It's like kind of like a little duochrome type of thing. He's gorgeous. This one's gorgeous. Ugh, I just love it. These mattes are just like, especially in this palette, what surprised me the most are the mattes. Like this pink, it's like bright. So it's just like, yeah, these are definitely worth trying out. And I'm like, it wasn't that expensive either. I think it was like around 20-ish. I forget exactly how much that was. But they blend, they build, and all that stuff. I had no issues with the building, the blending. They do stain a little bit. Let me show you a second. Maybe. Like they stain a little bit. I had a little bit of staining, but not too much. Okay, so next is ABH Jovina palette. This is volume 1. I found this at TJ Maxx for like 20 bucks. So if you see these at TJ Maxx, definitely grab them. This is the funniest. This is the one I grabbed, and this is the one, the color story that I wanted of the bunch. This is like normally 60 bucks, and I didn't want to pay 60 bucks for this sucker. And I wasn't sure how the quality was. Ugh, I'm so glad it is. I love this formula. This formula is so much better than the ABH formula. If they would keep this formula in their other palettes, it's just like they don't kick up a lot. The shimmers are much better than the ones in ABH. Some are different, some are not. Funny, I have a little bit of ABH on my lids today. The mattes are ABH. The shimmer is from the Too Faced Modern palette. The unicorn palette they have. So let me swatch some of these shadows for you. This one is just like, oh, beautiful. When I do swatches, I always show you the black and I always show you the white so you can see how the darker ones are and the light ones are. That's how I like to do it. That's how I kind of, how I know how, usually how it goes. If like pastels are, you just swatch a white. And then if you want to know how like the mattes are, you swatch a black. So yeah, it's a pretty good intense black. That's how I always do it. I always swatch a black and I always swatch a white for the mattes because then you can see how like they are. It gives you an idea. So the black is pretty good. It's not the deepest black. It's a dark black, but it's not like a super black. So it's a pretty decent black. And it does perform pretty nicely on the eyes as well. I had no issue applying this. Oh yes, by the way, hair, bye-bye yellow. Okay, so I love this palette. I'm glad I got it. I was debating on grabbing the other one, but then I'm like, I look up the color store and then I'm like, it's not my cup of tea, so I'm just gonna keep this one. Okay, so next guy I'm gonna talk about is this one right here. This is the nude witch palette from Huda Beauty. I love Huda's formula. The formula is beautiful. Usually sometimes they blend, they're just easy shadows to work with. So this is what it looks like. This palette right here is a natural, super easy eye to work with. And usually her old 9 pants were not as good, but her newer 9 pants are fine. I haven't had issues with any of her 9 pants eyeshadows. They have the consistency to her bigger pants. I know it's a Huda's brand that always stays consistent, which is a good thing. So let me swatch some of these shadows. Okay, so you can see this guy is not the best. The mattes are pretty good. Not her best. But yeah, I did play on the eyes and I did like the look I came up with. So I do like it. Like I say, I love Huda's shadows. I love Huda's products. So there's that guy. And then these shimmers are much better than her older shimmers that she had in Obsession palette. The mattes are still easy to work with shadows. It is going to create more nude look eye on me. Like I said, I'm an NC3740. Probably now, probably close to 40. I swear with my white hair, white silver hair, or whatever you want to call this hair, it's probably making me look more tan. I'm like, okay, that works. Which literally, according with this lighting, it's probably making me, my hair is like really stand out. So there's that one. I really do like that one. Okay, so the next palette is the palette I got from TMU. This is similar to the Glam palette from Natasha Denona. So this one I really did like. This surprised me. I decided to get more palettes from TMU after trying this one. This is the first one I tried. And I'm glad I did. The mattes are really good. The shimmers are pretty good. This one's a little bit hard to work with, but it's not too bad. These are soft, easy shadows. Let me swatch some of these for you. Okay, so here's some of the shadows. These are kind of... this one... and this one is kind of that chunky, glitter-ish kind of formula. So they apply better with wet. This one is not. That one applies pretty good. This one does, and that one does. So it's just these two. They're kind of more of like a chunky type of formula that they apply really beautiful with the wet. Like it is really pretty. The mattes are apply really fine as well. They, in my opinion, apply better than Natasha. I had no issue building or anything like that. They play really nicely. So there's that guy. And it's like it's always compact. Okay, so next guy is, I found this guy also from TJ Maxx. This is the Glamlite Ice in Ice palette. This is what it looks like. I love the shimmers from Glamlite. They're similar to the shimmers from like Beauty Bay, how they like the shimmer and the sparklers are. I know you should get them on the eyes or any of these palettes I'm talking about. The only reason this is at the bottom is blue, but also the dark blue. I wish it would have black, and then it'd be just like chef kiss, but that's no brainer. You are not going to get too much of variation between this palette because it's a blue palette, so obviously, well, you can have like a more purpley look, you can have a more blue look, tea look, but yeah, you're going to create something similar to look. The mattes, again, like they have no issue building. These are very, again, like I say, they're similar to the Glamlite formula. They're kind of like this. I love how Glamlite shimmers are. They're just nice and sparkly and everything like that. So I guess these are going to be live swatches today. So this is what they look like. They are like really intense lid dudes. Like, look at those shimmers. Like, ugh, love, 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 love. Love this palette. But like I say, these guys are just kind of like, damn. The Scooby-Doo was like, damn. Like, literally, damn. I'm like, I love that palette. Okay, let me swatch on this crap off. Okay, so next palette is a palette I believe I got from BoxyCharm. I don't have that anymore. This is Wonder Beauty to Stuart Escape. The reason this is towards the bottom-ish, it's not because there's not really a deep shade except for this one. So it does get kind of me a light look, which on my tan skin, it doesn't almost look nude. So let me swatch some of these. This one, these two right here are just like gorgeous. The shimmers are beautiful as well. The shimmers are like a stand on out, kind of like a what I like in this one. So let me show you. You might hear a little Tyler in the background. So here's what the palette looks like. It is a very light palette, like especially the mattes. That's why it's at the bottom, but kind of like what I expect. So this is always a companion palette to me, but the star of the show are the shimmers of the palette, so that's why it's staying up. The shimmers are just beautiful. I don't want to say they're comparable to like the Glam Light or anything like that, but they just really pretty on the eyes. Again, like these are like pastels. The darkest one is you're gonna get is this one. They don't, which isn't that dark at all. It's not on, especially on me. See, that's like the darkest it's gonna get. Oops. And the rest is just a couple of pastels, which is, they had like maybe one more deep in the shade. It'd been a little bit up more because I would have to bring another palette. Like also the nude palette would be also really cute lip palette companion with it also as well. So there's that, or even my ABH of Norvina palettes. Okay, so next is another palette I got from TMU. Is this guy right here. There's two different kinds. This is a tasting up one. I might get the other one. I haven't decided yet. Do I need palettes? No. This is what it looks like. This is from Beauty Glaze. This one's at the bottom because it needed more shimmers. It doesn't have, and it has, of course, these three glitters. I take them, I'll leave them. Sometimes I don't mind them, sometimes I do. The mattes on this is what's the stain on formula. The shimmers are nice too. So I'm not going to swatch glitter. I could swatch the glitters. So let me swatch some on these shadows. They're all very intense, guys. Again, like I said, it's at the bottom because I wish there was about maybe a few more shimmers, and then it'd just be like, it'd probably be up top of them, like at least in my top 4 or 5. So there's that guy. Again, the formula is like really good. So here they are. The glitters are better than others. I've tried, so there's the 2 glitters right here, and there's the glitter as well, which I don't know why I swatch glitters. But there's the 3 shimmers. That's the only ones you get, so I'm kind of like, okay. Unless I want to use glitter, that's all I got. But the mattes are just like freaking beautiful. It's actually almost up towards the Norvina. Like I said, if it had about like a few more shimmers or anything like that, it'd been probably up with the Norvina palette that I got. But I think the other palette I saw was the shimmers were about the same ratio too, so it's more matte thing than more shimmer. I like kind of like even Stevie. So there's that guy. Next palette we're going to talk about is I got this guy on sale. This is the Amulet palette from Adept Cosmetics. That's what she looks like. It's a nice, the packaging, of course, is pretty and everything like that. Packaging is no point thing, I don't care. So this is what it looks like. This palette is nice. Some of them, the shimmers, I did have issues getting them on the eyes, like this dude right here. Other than that, they do have the beautiful duochromes. Like these two are really pretty. And then those guys, they're nice, they're pretty, but again, I don't think they're 100% worth the full price. Okay, so there's it is. I did have a little bit issue getting on my eyes, but not too bad. Again, the shimmers are beautiful, like really pretty once you get them on the eyes. The duochromes are just like, especially this dude. I'm like, let's put in that one. This one's not as strong. This I have a shimmer. This one is just like a. Ugh, I love that one. So this one's pretty too, but it's just like it's, yeah, it's very light for that way. It doesn't it's not going to be it's like a good inner corner shade, but it's not like a good lid shade. This one is the same way. It's a good inner corner, not a lid shade. The mattes are nice. The mattes was actually really nice. I do like the mattes. The shimmers are pretty too, but they're hard to get on the eyes, in my opinion. So here's another palette I got from TMU. This reminds me of the MAC one. So what it looks like. The shimmers are nice, and the highlights are nice on these. I do like them. They're not the most blinding highlights in the world, but they're not the most subtle highlights. They're kind of like in between type of thing. They're not, this is what they looks like. I can use, of course, all of them on my face, except for, of course, probably that one, which would be the only one that would be a little bit on the pale side. He'd be more of an inner corner. This side is not too bad. So there's that. They're not the smooth. It's nice, but it's not like fantastic about it. Okay, next is going to be the Beauty Bakery highlighter palettes. Either I think it was this from, I got it from my lower box. Either I picked this or the palette, and I seen the palette. I got the palette, the eyeshadow palette from Box Charm. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be nice. I'm like, it was like very nude. And that's how I feel about the shadows. It's just like they're very soft. The look is soft. I'm like, okay. I'm like, this is not me. I'm like, and then on her skin tone, it get more of like a nude look. On me, it just is like barely there look. Then of course, Raina's like an NC 30 maybe at the moment. But yeah, so there's that. These I do like a little bit better, but again, they're all, I don't like kind of ballads. Because, of course, these two I can work with, and these two would be inner corners. Yeah. This is why I don't like kind of ballads. It's a kind of ballad. Reason why this one's a little bit lower is because this is more of a universal. This one's more, I can use this one better on my face. And of course, a light-skinned girl can use this as well, but they would have to use this guy kind of like as a bronzer topper. Next one is this one here. Raina sent me this one as well. I don't mind for fusion palettes. Some of them are better than others. This one is kind of at the bottom. So there's that one. The mattes, they are just, some of them are like really good, and some of them are just like whatever, and this one's kind of like just whatever. Okay, so there's the palette. This is like a few times building them up so you can see them better. This one's like a few times. They were just kind of like hard to work with. Some of them are better than others, so it's just kind of like almost like a guessing game with some of them. I know, and it's the same with the other brands. They kind of like here, there. But yeah, there's that. So that's why it's at the bottom. So I hope you guys like this. Comment questions down below. I would try to get my 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 Partners in Cream up tomorrow or the next day, because yeah, I don't know if I can. This all depends how my babies do and everything like that, my teeth do. So that would be tomorrow. Check you guys later in my next video. Like and subscribe, like I said, and later guys. Bye.